Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today, Cedar Realty Trust, Inc. CDR just filed a current report on Form 8K, and I am seeing a familiar pattern in how they are communicating important information. Quick note, this is not financial advice, just my take on public filings for educational purposes. The company is essentially telling us they've released some financial information that wasn't public before, and it is tied to their parent company. The filing itself is dated May 8, 2026, and this is considered a current report, which means it is for significant events that you, as an investor or someone interested in the company, should know about right away. So, the main takeaway here is that Cedar Realty Trust, or CDR as it is known by its ticker, is sharing some updated financial details. This information comes from their parent company, Wheeler Real Estate Investment Trust, or WHLR, and it was released on May 8, 2026. Specifically, they are providing information related to the first 3 months of 2026. Ending on the 31st of March. This is often where you'll find the most current snapshot of a company's financial health. Scroll 7.25% Series B Cumulative Redeemable Breed Preferred Stock. $25 liquidation value scroll. Now looking at the details of what is being filed, it seems like this report is particularly focused on their preferred stock. You see mentions of their Series B and Series C preferred stock. These are like special kinds of shares that typically pay a fixed dividend, and they have priority over common stock when it comes to dividends and getting paid back if the company liquidates. For example, they have a 7.25% Series B Cumulative Redeemable Preferred Stock and a 6.50% Series C Cumulative Redeemable Preferred Stock. These kinds of filings often involve dividend declarations or other important events related to these specific classes of stock. It is like the company is updating everyone on how these preferred shares are doing and any actions taken regarding them. The filing also confirms what securities are registered and where they are traded. In this case, we see the Series B and Series C preferred stock are listed on the New York Stock Exchange. This is important because it tells us these securities are subject to the regulations and oversight of a major stock exchange, which generally means more transparency for investors. This section of the report hints that there are updates on how the company is performing, its operational results, and its overall financial standing. Even though the details are in another section, the mention here signifies that financial performance is a key part of this filing. This part tells us that the information being shared is meant to ensure that all investors have access to the same material information at the same time, which is the goal of Regulation Fair Disclosure, or FD for short. It prevents companies from selectively releasing important news to a few people. Scroll 99.1 press release of Wheeler Real Estate Investment Trust, Inc., dated May 8. 2026, incorporated by reference to Exhibit 99.1 to LR's current report on Form 8K filed on May 8, 2026. Scroll as is common with these filings. The actual meat of the news, the press release, and the supplemental financial information are attached as exhibits. Exhibit 99.1 is the press release from the parent company LR, and it is being incorporated by reference. This means you'd have to look at that separate document to get the actual numbers and details. Scroll 99.2 supplemental financial information for the 3 months ended the 31st of March, 2026. Incorporated by reference to Exhibit 99.2 to LR's current report on Form 8K filed on May 8, 2026. Scroll, and similarly, Exhibit 99.2 is the supplemental financial information for that first quarter of 2026. This is where you would find the actual financial data like revenue, expenses, profits, and other key performance indicators. Without these exhibits, this 8K filing is mostly just a notification that information exists elsewhere. Scroll Andrew Franklin, Chief Executive Officer, and President Scroll. Finally, the report is signed by M. Andrew Franklin, who holds the positions of Chief Executive Officer and President. This signature confirms that the company's leadership is aware of and stands behind the information being filed. Looking at the broader context from recent news, Cedar Realty Trust, CDR, has been active in declaring dividends on its preferred stock in late April 2026, with payouts scheduled for May. This aligns with the filings from this period, suggesting a focus on managing these preferred share obligations. When we see companies actively paying dividends on preferred stock, it can indicate a certain level of financial stability, though it is crucial to examine the underlying financials to confirm this. The fact that they are continuing to use the 8K form for these announcements also points to a standard process for communicating material events to the market. Without the actual numbers from the attached exhibits, it is hard to give a deep financial analysis. But the structure of this filing points to a routine update regarding preferred stock dividends and related financial information. likely intended to keep investors informed about the company's near-term financial actions and performance for the first quarter of 2026. The risk I'm watching is whether the underlying business can consistently support these preferred dividends, especially considering the retail real estate environment, which can be volatile. What I am actually looking for is a deeper dive into how the company's core operations are performing to assess the sustainability of these payouts long term. Oh, and the research tools I actually use are linked in the description. They help keep this channel going. That is my take. Stay decoded. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives.